Briars here, and in today's video we are going to be doing Infinity's Guide to Pony Pouch Making, because yesterday I made a pony pouch for like the first time in half a year probably, and I'm in desperate need of more pony pouches, so might as well make one while I teach y'all how to make them. Pony pouches are super simple to make. It's literally just making a rectangle. I think anybody could do it, and you know what? Your beans would probably be hecka grateful if you made them some pony pouches. So without any further ado, let's dive right in. All right, let's start out with the material list. So for this, you are going to need a sewing machine, a helper bean. For this, I'm using Altea, some scissors, a hot glue gun, and Velcro. Oh, also, obviously you need fleece. I'm going to be using white fleece for the inside, and then this adorable unicorn fleece for the outside. This fleece is HECKA Soft, but before we can start, we gotta take Altea's halter off. All right, let's get going. To start off, I normally just set Altea down on the fleece, run my hand along it to kind of smooth it out so I'm not cutting over any like lumps, and then I take my scissors and I kind of just eyeball it. Right here you'll see me move Altea up and then fold the fabric over her. I'm just checking to make sure I'm gonna have enough to actually go over her, and then I cut up a little bit more, and then I cut over to make a top piece so that the pony pouch can fold over on the top. Then I'm gonna take Altea away, grab that fabric, and then I put the unicorn fabric on the white fleece just so I know how much white fleece I have to cut, and I get a good cut each time. Now I'm gonna take some pins that I totally forgot to tell y'all to grab. You need those. And making sure the pretty side of both fabrics is making a pretty sandwich. Wait, do y'all know how to do that? If you don't, here's a little tutorial. So each fabric has a pretty side. On the white fabric, the pretty side is the soft side and the ugly side is the not soft side. And then with the unicorn fabric, the pretty side is the colorful side and the ugly side is the not colorful side. So you want to make a pretty sandwich where the two pretty sides are touching each other. So I'm just gonna run my hand along this, smooth everything out before I start pinning it, just to make sure I get everything in the right spot, and then I'm just gonna put as many pins as I need. Well, now that everything's pinned together, let's go ahead and go sew this. Alright, so this is the part that you do need a sewing machine for. Oh, look how excited Altea is. Alright, I am going to point this out right now so we don't forget about it. You do need to make sure that you have a hole when you're sewing this. That's where I'm going to put the hole. So let's go ahead and start sewing. Now when you are sewing, make sure that you do leave a little bit of space between the edge of the fabric and where you're sewing. This is just going to make it a lot easier when you fold this fabric inside out, so there aren't going to be random holes in it. And also be sure that you do leave yourself a hole to turn it inside out, which you'll see right here. I left a pretty big hole because I have to reach my hand inside of this, and there's a lot of fabric that has to fold through it. So now that we're done sewing, let's go ahead and take this off of the machine, cut the strings, and go on to the next step. So for this, you do need to cut the loose strings. They just look ugly and you don't want those sticking out. And then there's a lot of excess fabric on the sides, so you're gonna go ahead and cut that off because it just makes it so much easier to fold this pony pouch. It should look something kind of like this, where you still have some fabric but not a whole lot. So let's go ahead and just fold this out. How you do that is you go to the hole that you made, you reach your arm in, and you just pull it through. Super easy. And then you fold all of it through, so the pretty sides are now the sides that are sticking out. You do want to go to the corners and make sure that you push the corners out so you can have a crisp corner, and make sure you do this on every single corner because that's really important. It'll make the pony pouch look so much better. Now that we have that all done, you will see that the hole is still there. We're not going to sew it up. Don't waste your time. It gets sewn up in the end, but you do need to make sure that when you fold your pony pouch, you have the fabric facing the correct way. So I have to have the unicorns facing upwards so they look actually decent. I am going to put Altea in the fold right now, as you can tell, just so I can make sure that I'm folding it with the correct amount that I need, and then I'm just going to take her right back out. Once you have all that done, make sure it's all straight, and then go ahead and pin it in place. And once you have it pinned, now you just go ahead and sew along the edges. You want to make sure that you do leave some space just so that the white doesn't show out when you fold it through. Also, your sewing machine might struggle a little bit with this. As you can see, I'm pulling with mine because it's a lot of fabric, but the stitches make it really durable, and you will not have any issues with this pony pouch falling apart. So make sure you do that with both sides. Cut the strings, pull the pins, and fold it right side out. Oh, also wiggle those corners out. All right, now that we have the pony pouch sewn together, I'm just gonna do a quick size check, and yep, we've committed. It works. works. We're good. It'll fit her. Now we need our Velcro. With this, you're just going to cut 2 pieces of Velcro. I normally cut one and use the other one to like measure for size. So once you have your 2 different sections of Velcro, you're gonna tear them apart. Soft Velcro goes up top, hard Velcro goes on the outside, just to make sure that you definitely won't scratch your bean. And then I take my hot glue gun and then I glue the hard Velcro down first, and then I just kind of glue that toward the top of the outside. Do that with both of them so that you don't have random Velcro pieces moving. And then with the top pieces, I just fold them over and then line them up so that I know that they'll line up, and then I just glue them in place. And then you do both of those. I'm double checking for that one just to make sure. And once they're glued on, we're ready to go ahead and sew. All right, so when you're sewing the ones onto the outside, you want to make sure that you're not sewing through the back of the pony pouch. You just kind of fold it over and then it's perfectly easy. Also, the top is so much easier than the outside. Here I am just double checking, making sure everything lined up. And that does leave us with these hideous tabs on the side, but don't worry. What I normally do is I just put some hot glue on them and then I softly press them down so the hot glue doesn't escape. I do that on both sides. You don't have to. I personally think it looks so much better when you do it like that. And here's just another check just to make sure Altea still fits. And there we go. We have a pony pouch. But wait, Altea has a stand. What am I gonna do with her stand? What if I put the stand in its own pouch? Oh my god, I have the best idea. For the stand, we are going to be doing basically the exact same thing. So I'm going to be putting it on the unicorn fabric and then just kind of eyeballing where I cut. And then once I have that, I'm gonna cut it in half because we're not doing it exactly the same. This is going on the front of the pouch, so it's kind of like a half pouch that we're making. So once you have it cut in half, you want to make sure again that the pretty sides of the fabric are touching each other because you want to make that pretty sandwich. And once you have your pretty sandwich, go ahead and cut around them and then cut them apart and then pin them together. So you have your 2 pretty sandwiches. Excuse me, Altea, we need this desk to be able to sew these together. Do the exact same thing as we did with the pony pouch. Make sure you're leaving a hole to be able to fold this out. And once you have your little squares all sewn together, go ahead and cut off the excess fabric because you don't need that. Fold it inside out, push out those corners, and then fold the hole together because we're actually going to be sewing this hole closed this time. It's just gonna look like that. It's super simple. Now that you have the bottom part of this little half pouch, we do need to sew the top part together, so just do the exact same thing. And then once you have the 2 of those done, we're going to have a bottom piece, as you can tell, and then a top piece. You want to make sure that you have those identified. It's going to make it a lot easier for when you do the Velcro, and then sew the Velcro on. Now we're going to need our pony pouch and our top piece first. So once you find out where you want your top piece to go, just go ahead and pin it on. I put it in the middle. You can put it wherever you want. Also, when you're sewing onto this, be cognizant, again, just like how you were with the Velcro, you don't want to sew this all the way through the back. I've done that on so many different pony pouches and I've just had to throw them away. So be careful. Once you have your top sewn on, go ahead and grab your bottom piece and then line it up with the top piece and go ahead and pin it on where you want it to go, and then you sew it on exactly how you did with the other one, being careful of the inside. And then once you're done, you have a pony pouch that now fits your bean and your beans stand. How cool is that? Now you don't have to worry about losing your stand because it's gonna be with your pony the whole time. Okay, but this turned out like super cute though. I really love the stand pouch in the front. How cute. All right, y'all, that's actually gonna be the end of today's YouTube video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed. And if you did, please go ahead and slap that like button as hard as you possibly can to show this YouTube video, this pony pouch, and I'll tell you a little bit of love. Also, if you're feeling exotic, please don't forget to check out my Instagram account, which is at @infinity_briars. I post on there daily and I'm super active on there. Also, if y'all make any pony pouches with my tutorial, it's upside down, it's okay, please tag me in them. I would love to see them because y'all are so talented and seeing your creations literally makes me so happy. So if you do make any of these, please tag me. I would love to see them and I might even feature them on my Instagram account. So just a little heads up. Have fun! There are literally so many different styles of pony pouches that y'all could get so creative with this. This is just the one that I wanted to make, but y'all could make literally some really cool ones. I can't wait to see what y'all come up with. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on an upload. And other than that, y'all, I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!
We rise up from